Hello, everybody. This is Rocket Rick J18, bringing you a sort of a mixed bag video today. I thought I'd show you a few of my autographed pictures, sort of the ones that I keep on the wall. So, they're the ones that are the most important to me. And then I'm going to show you some pickups from last week and yesterday. These would be things that came in the mail that I bought from eBay. So without any further ado, let's get to looking. Let's look at the autographs first, and then we'll look at the pickups. This is one of the two autographed pictures of Babe Ruth that my mother got when she was a very young nurse at Memorial Hospital in New York City during the time when Babe was a patient, in the cancer ward there. He had apparently signed both of these to someone, and for whatever reason they didn't collect them, and so Babe gave them to my mother. So from his hand to hers to mine. So that's the provenance. Anyway, it's wonderful to have an autograph of such a formidable baseball player, and I'm glad to have it in my collection. Next, we have a autographed picture of Joe DiMaggio. This was a gift to me on our wedding from my wife, and she wrote to him and got this herself. So and gave it to me. So I'm very happy to have it, and it's kind of neat to have the story behind it. But here's a closer look at the autograph. So that's Joe DiMaggio. Next is a autographed photo of Mickey Mantle, who is, I think this is a pretty well-known picture. And I got this at a baseball card show in Cincinnati sometime in the early 90s, and actually got it directly from Mickey's hand myself. So that's that one I know is a genuine autograph. The next picture I have to show you is an autographed photograph of Stan Musial, and I got this actually at a card show, or at an auction in Parkersburg, charity auction. So they wrote, to all these folks, and I'm not a Stan Musial expert by any means, but I think it's legit. So the next picture that we have is an autographed picture of Wayne Gretzky, and that's kind of an in-action photograph, and I got that at the same auction. So kind of a cool story anyway. So that's Wayne Gretzky. This is the second Babe Ruth autographed photo, and it's the same story as the first. The autograph itself has faded a little bit over the years, but it doesn't look too bad for being 75 years old. I wish I looked that good at 75. I'm not going to, because I'm off to a poor start. And then next to that is another autographed picture of Mickey Mantle in action. And I've seen this photograph other places, and so it's, but again, same story. I got this at the same card show in Cincinnati back in the early 90s. The next item I have to show you is a program from, as you can see, the 3rd annual Spring Awards dinner of the Bay Area Baseball Writers Association, which took place in 1966. My aunt actually attended this dinner, and so she knew I was a baseball fan, so she got several people to sign it, and you can see the main one there is a personal invitation to come and join the Mets. And I'm not sure, as bad a player as I was, I'm not sure that I would have held the Mets back during that time period, but they got better pretty quickly. You can also see that on there's a Don Drysdale, Mike Epstein, Orlando Cepeda, Lon Simmons, Cookie Lavagetto, and also Willie Mays. So that's a pretty good haul for, one item. And the fact that my aunt got it and thought enough of me to save it for me and give it to me back when I was just 13 years old, it has a lot of personal meaning to me, even though the autographs are a little bit faded, some of them now, and but it's still pretty meaningful, and I really am glad to have it. I'm not really a baseball or any famous people autograph collector. These are mostly just ones that have acquired here and there, just ran into, or got from other family members or what have you. I'm going to enjoy them, have them. I've got some other autographs that I've collected the same way. They're just not framed and displayed, and maybe in a future video I'll show you some of those. And some of those are decent. Most of them are, just opportunistic pickups of players that at one time or another I thought were pretty good. So anyway, that's this part of the collection, and we've got a couple more to show you, and we'll go to those next. So that's just sort of a brief look at a handful of autographs that I think are pretty neat, and the personal touch really comes from the things that people, my wife, my mother, my aunt gave to me when I was a lot younger, for the most part. Well, all of them, really. I mean, the most recent one's 1976. So anyway, I thought you might be interested in seeing those. Just a little introduction to this video. And so let's take a look at the pickups and see, what they look like. So the first one is a 1949 Bowman card. It's Elmer Burt Singleton, card number 147, and it brings me a little closer to my goal of completing the 1949 Bowman set. So that's Burt Singleton. The next card is another common from the 1949 Bowman set. This is Roy Partee, and it's card number 149. It's got a big crease across the bottom half of the card, but it's kind of a symbol of the condition of some of my cards in these sets. I'm not looking for perfect cards. I couldn't afford them, you know. This card in this condition I bought on eBay, which is probably not the primary or the prime place to go looking for bargains these days. But it was, you know, about 15 bucks. And shipping was on top of that. So anyway, that's my sad tale of woe. And the next card that we're going to look at is another common card from the 49 Bowman set. This is Walt Masterson, and it is card number 157. So I'm kind of doing these more or less in numerical order, so you can kind of get a picture of, you know, where I am in this process, moving towards, you know, completion of the set. Although obviously commons are a lot cheaper than the big cards that come at the end. But I'm working on those, and at least a way of accumulating them. So, then I also picked up two graded cards. This is sort of a little bit my idea of future planning, which involves picking some players that I think are going to have a chance at being inducted into the Hall of Fame by the one of the committees. And one of the players that I think has a decent chance is Don Mattingly. So I have here his 1984 Fleer rookie card. That is a card that I got a pretty good price, and it's a PSA 9. So looking forward to seeing how that fits in, and whether or not Don makes it to the Hall of Fame. I think that you know, one of the things that I think gives him a chance is that his career was shortened by injury. It was still a pretty great career, and I think we can all think of other players. Addie Joss and Sandy Koufax come to mind, who had you know, really careers cut short in the prime of their playing abilities. And I think the same could be said for Don Mattingly. So the other card is 1984 Topps Mattingly, card number 8, and that is his Topps rookie card. So there's two recent pickups, two nice pickups, and I'm going to try to do a little bit more of picking out players that I think maybe have some reasonable chance at getting into the Hall of Fame before they get there, so maybe they won't cost quite as much. So that's what I have for you today. I thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you can, if you think it's worthwhile. And also, as I have been doing for the last little bit, I want to encourage you to keep collecting, and may all your collecting dreams come true. This is Rocket Rick J18.